I feel like this year Jordan 1s haven't been hitting the spot for a lot of people. Usually they're always sold out, but they have been really easy to pick up. I don't know if people just haven't been feeling the silhouette or just prefer other silhouettes or just not enjoying the colorways. And I can't lie, some of the colorways I've been seeing have just been, you know, alright. But today we have the Jordan 1 Wash Pink, and it's kind of reignited the love that I do have for Jordan 1s. First things first, we're going to start off with boxing. So they do come in the normal standard Jordan 1 retro box, and that's the red and the black box, which we have seen many times before. The official colorway for this is Atmosphere White, Muslin and Sail. So here we have the Jordan 1 in the colorway Washed Pink. These retail at £165, $180, which is pretty standard for a normal Jordan 1. This Jordan 1 is a little bit different maybe compared to the others because we do have some different materials on here. So we have a suede material, very similar to the Turbo Greens and the Hyper Royals as well. So in terms of the colorway, obviously the main color on this is this washed pink, which we have in these suede overlays. Now what I love about this is that the pink obviously is very kind of diluted. It's not a very strong pink. It's almost very pastel-y pale pink. It's giving those spring colors. Then underneath the underlays we have this white tumbled leather, which contrasts really nicely again with the washed pink. I really enjoy that it's tumbled leather because it kind of fits with this whole vibe of being like washed out vintage kind of style. We then turn towards the back of the shoe. We have the muslin part here on the ankle collar. As you can see, this feels absolutely beautiful in hand. Really, really soft. It's kind of like a beigey kind of color, again fitting with this kind of washed out vintage look. The muslin color does continue inside the shoe. As we can see, we have the sock lining, and then we also have the insole with the pink Nike Air logo. If we then take a look towards the front of the shoe, you will notice that they give you some white laces which come already on the shoe. However, when I compare this to, like, I've got my retro Japan Jordans here, when you compare the white, as you can see, it's not really like a clean white. It's kind of more of like an off-white, again going with that kind of aesthetic. They do also actually give you another pair of laces as well. They give you the kind of baby pink, washed pink laces, which would go really nicely. I think that both of these would work really nicely. Also, I think some sail color laces, so maybe a bit more creamy yellow would work as well, because the midsole and the tongue are kind of the same colors. I do think that this white looks the cleanest, and personally I think that's what I would go for. I'm not like a huge fan of pink, so I probably wouldn't match the pink laces, but I feel like if you did want some more pink, because this is such a kind of subtle pink, then, you know, adding the pink laces would be a good idea. Then underneath we do have a standard normal tongue. This is supposed to be a muslin colored tongue, but for me it's definitely giving a little bit more peachier. It's kind of got like a tint of orange in it. I mean, it goes really well with the shoe, but it is not beige. It is kind of a little bit more orangey. And then on the top, as you can see, we do have a pink tongue tag. So on the right hand side of the shoe, which I have not laced up yet, we do have a pink suede Nike Air hand tag. For me personally, I think I would take this off. Some hand tags I like, but I feel like this doesn't really just do anything. But if you did want to keep it on, then that's cool. But you could use it as like a key ring or something else. Then if we take a further look down, you will see that we have a sail midsole. Again, this is a definitely more yellowy compared to the rest of the shoe, kind of giving off that vintage look. I do think it would still look clean if it was maybe a bit more of this muslin kind of color, a bit more beige rather than yellow, but I get the yellow kind of being that vintage vibe. Then to finish off on the bottom, we do have this beautiful pink sole. As I mentioned earlier, I haven't really been too fussed about the Jordan 1s that have dropped this year. This has been, I think, the only pair that has really caught my eye, and it's so much better in hand as well, the quality, and it does have this kind of premium feel about it, which I absolutely love. For me as well, this is definitely such a spring, summer kind of colorway. Here in England, we don't really have a spring because it just rains 24/7, but hopefully summer will come around the corner, and this is a big summer shoe. Now, one thing, this is actually a women's exclusive Jordan, so sizing is not going to go all the way up, so if you do have larger feet, unfortunately you will not be able to get your hands on this. Sizing wise, for me, I always go true to size for my Jordan. Doesn't matter if it's a men's or women's Jordans, I always get the same size, so I always go for a size 7. Some sizes of these are actually still sitting on sneakers, so that is amazing if you were looking for these, because you can hopefully just pick them up from retail. Also, when it's usually like that, eventually eventually they probably will get sold on sneakers, all of them, and they will sell out. And then I feel like people that have, you know, bought them and maybe held on to them in anticipation to sell, whatnot, you can probably get them for under retail if you do wait a little bit as well. Just because it is a women's colorway, that does not mean men can wear it. As I said before, it's a very, very subtle pink. I don't look at this and immediately see a kind of, you know, feminine, girly shoe. I do think, you know, all Jordans are unisex, and I definitely think, always, as always, I always say, anyone can literally rock this. It doesn't matter what gender you are. Obviously, in this case, you just have to make sure your foot actually fits into the women's sizing. Overall, an absolutely beautiful pickup. As usual, let me know in the comments below what we are saying about today's pickup. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you do want to see more videos, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next one.